by the time you're done your morning routine, babes, I've already made a fucking sale. If you can ask for a sale every single day, I guarantee you'll start making money in your business.
You know the vibe. All spice, no sugar. Let's get into it.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode on the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. And today we're going to talk about self-improvement habits that actually move the needle. Because I feel like it's time to call out some BS in the industry of what is keeping women stuck, so you don't fall down that rabbit hole, because I actually want you to win. I actually want you to implement these things into your business, into your life, so you can actually move the needle in your life, right? Because I feel like I've been watching all of these like morning ritual routines grow and just get so fucking ridiculously long that I'm like, oh, by the time you're done your morning routine, babes, I've already made a fucking sale, or I'm implementing in my business, and it's just absurd. So I'm going to share with you some self-improvement habits that you can implement into your life that is simple and easy, but are actually going to be beneficial. Because here's the thing, we want to break it down, make it simple, because boring is profitable. This is something that I was saying to my one-on-one client this morning, and she is going through relaunching her academy, and she's like, I've got all of these ideas, I've got all of these things that I want to do, how we can create like new marketing, more content, more branding, all of this shit. And I said to her, what has worked in the past? And she told me. I was like, great, double down on that. Do 10% new shit, double down on what works, because simple and boring, unfortunately, is profitable. And this applies over into your morning routine. This applies over into your habits. And it's interesting because this same client, I was on the phone to her on our coaching call the other week, and she was saying to me, she's like, I'm so fucking stressed out. She's like, I'm doing all the things. I'm doing my vibe boosters. I'm doing my meditations. I'm doing my activations. I'm doing my affirmations. I'm doing all of these things every single day, making sure that I do 10 a day, that in the morning I do 2, then at lunch I do this, and then before I go to bed I do this. And I said to her, babe, I was like, fucking stop all of those practices. Stop them all. And she's like, what? I said, yeah. The reason being, when you are doing all of the practices, all of the energetic practices, and this may be counterintuitive because I'm an energetics fucking coach too, but the thing is, it's like, you can either go full swing into the energetics and like say that you're reprogramming your subconscious mind, you're raising your vibration, you're boosting your vibe. But if you go so hardcore into that to the point where it stresses you out, and then you shame yourself if you haven't done those tasks, that is more counterintuitive than doing none at all. Because when you are constantly doing all of these practices, like my client was doing, I was like, you're actually further creating a disconnection between you and your 10K. She's saying to me, like, I'm so hell-bent on getting this 10K month. Like, I'm so hell-bent on getting this 10K month. I am so attached to getting this 10K month. Like, it is literally all I think about. So I'm doing all of these practices, so I'm actually the energetic match to my 10Ks. I'm like, cool, babes, I love this, and this is important shit. And also stop, because the more that you're doing this and putting pressure on yourself to do and tick off all of these fucking boxes and habits, you are creating more disconnection between where you are right now and what you want to become and what you want to see in your bank account. So I said to her, yep, no more. Done. Because she was shaming herself when she didn't get them. And that shame spiral was creating even more disconnection. So if you're doing that right now and you're stressing out and you've got a whole list of morning routine that you've got to do before you even start the day, and it's stressing you out if you don't, cut it. Like, it's actually fucking you up. So instead, simplify it. You only need to do, like, these things that I'm going to share with you on this podcast are going to be the very simplest things that is all you need to do. And it's all that I've ever done. Like, I've actually never really had a fucking morning routine, to be completely honest. And I think obviously it's been like affected by the fact that I used to be a shift worker. I used to nurse. So I didn't really have a regimented day-to-day life. I was on day shift, I was on night shift, I was on afternoon shift. So I didn't really have a quote unquote morning routine. Obviously now that I create my reality. I'm literally living the dream life. I can wake up whenever I want to. I can start the day whenever I want to. If I want to wake up at 5:30, I can. If I want to sleep in till 7:30, 8 o'clock, heck, if I wanted to sleep in later than that, I'd probably wake up a bit depressed because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I wake up past like 7 o'clock, I'm like, oh my God, I've missed the day. But the thing is, I can choose to do that and it's not going to affect how productive or how successful or how great my day is. When you start to shame yourself by not doing particular things because someone else has told you that you need to do this in order to manifest your 10K, that's when things become counterintuitive. And I spoke to my client this morning, the same one who I said, stop doing your stuff, stop doing your practices, and how can you just be the person who does 10K months? So instead of her doing all of these practices, it then became identity work. You know, in the last episode, if you want to listen to how to brainwash yourself, listen to the last episode, right? It's all about identity work of you actually just being the person who already is that. That is far more transformative than any fucking 5 million step 2-hour morning routine is ever going to do, 3-hour journaling process. Like, no, cut the BS. So what I have done and what I recommend is just a few things, okay? It's only a few things because here's the things. If your habits are making you anxious about not being spiritual enough, they are actually fucking you up, not fixing you. Quite simple. I feel like the coaching industry is going so into this morning routine BS. So it's not even the coaching industry, actually. It's like the morning routine industry, the entrepreneurial industry. I don't even fucking know. But it's just getting so ridiculous. People are selling like self-love rituals, but they're actually just keeping you stuck in this process of not good enough. So let's actually just go straight to the point, shall we? Here are the real needle movers. These things are all you need to do to really shift your physical body, your mental body, and your soul, right? Your spiritual body. So the first thing is rewiring through movement. I listed this as one of my non-negotiables when it comes to regulating my nervous system in the last episode of how I brainwashed myself to become a multi-six-figure entrepreneur. So if you want to listen to that more in depth, go listen to the last episode. But nervous system regulation and rewiring through movement is one of the biggest things that I've always done to help me connect to my future and regulate the person that I'm becoming. So it's a simple habit that you can do, like, to help speed up the time between where you are and what you want to manifest or what you want to step into, what success you're achieving. Now, health and fitness is a non-fucking negotiable. Health and fitness. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I go outside or I'll go to the gym. Most days I'll go for a walk. I'll get a coffee. I'll go for a walk. I might listen to some music or I'll listen to a podcast. But the first thing I do in the morning, before I even get on my phone, before I even open Instagram, before I reply to my team, before I reply to my clients, is first thing I do movement. And that, like I said, is either going to be a walk or it's going to be a run or it's going to be going to the gym. But that is the most important thing for me to do because one, it helps me wake up my body. It also opens up my creative channel. Most of the time I get my content ideas or so many business ideas when I'm moving my body. So if you feel like you're creatively blocked right now, I want you to ask yourself or look at yourself, am I creating morning movement? Because that's actually going to open up your channel after you've had a sleep. Open up your creative channel for you to actually receive more. And this is not just like receive more business ideas or creative, but also to receive more money as well, to receive more opportunities, to be given more by the universe. So health and fitness is a non-negotiable. I also know that in my business, when my physical body is well, my business is also performing well. So right now, like, I'm in a very good place with my physical fitness. Like, I'm running, I'm doing like the best running that I've done, like eating on point, like we're working towards summer here in Australia. So the summer shreds are on. And my physical body is in a fucking optimal position. And because I feel so good within my body, guess what else feels so fucking good? My business. When my body is on point, my business is on point. And you can't tell me that if you don't feel good in your body, the rest of your life isn't good, right? When you feel shit in your body, how does the rest of your life feel? Fucking shit. I know that. Like when I was going through rebounds post bodybuilding competitions and I had put on weight and I had a terrible relationship with my body, my business also got affected by that because I was in a state of discomfort, of shame, of guilt within my body. So then it then reflected out into my business. And I've seen this in so many other layers of my life and also my clients' life as well, is the fact that when you're on point and deeply connected to your physical body, your bank account and your business and your life reflects that too. So it's a non-negotiable is health and fitness. Now, the next thing that is a simple habit, but makes such a difference in your mentality, which then it is going to affect how you move through the day, is I don't touch my phone until I have done my morning movement. Well, I'll touch it in the sense of like I might put on a podcast or some music, depending what I'm listening to in the morning, but I don't do any work. I won't open Instagram. I won't talk to my team until I have done my morning movement. And this is so good for mental clarity because if you get on your phone, the minute that you wake up, you're literally just like depleting your brain from dopamine and serotonin. Like it's like squeezing out all the fucking good endorphins that your body naturally generates overnight, squeezing that out and starting from a fucking dry casket for the day. Like no wonder why you were feeling drained in the morning and drained throughout the day when the minute you wake up, you look at your phone, you open Instagram. Like cut that. That's going to keep you so stuck and so low density vibration. We don't want to do that. All right. We want to be open. We want to have energy moving and flowing through us. We want money to move and flow through us. We want opportunities to move and flow through us. So for us to do that, no phones in the morning. Simple. I feel like it's I know you listening to this. You know that it's something that you shouldn't do. Like, you know that. You just got to be more fucking disciplined and actually not do it. The other thing with the phone thing too is this is something that I've done that's really helped shift my morning routine and actually get me starting the day like really fucking fresh, is having my phone either away from my bed. Right now, I'm not really doing that. But in the past, when I was trying to really restart my morning routine, if I was kind of lacking and it kind of was like going a bit down the fucking drain pipe, I would move my phone across or into I would even put my phone in my bathroom. So I had to get up to turn the alarm off, I'd go to sit on the toilet, go to the toilet, and then I would get dressed and start the day. So there's no disconnection between waking up and starting the day. Because honestly, I feel like these things are so simple, but these are the simple things that actually matter the most. Not your fucking self-concept scripting, not yelling out to the fucking universe, not doing your 5 billion fucking vibe boosters. No. Just get up, go move, open your channel, don't touch your phone. That's really all that you need to do. It's simple. The next thing, oh my God, talking about money. This is actually a habit that I do on a regular basis, is actually talking to people about money. Whether it's talking to people about money, about what milestones I've hit, about how much money I'm spending, about questions about their money, is actually regulating the conversation around money. Because it is a taboo topic. It is something that we don't normally talk about. The society, it's like a hush-hush topic of conversation. And that shame that surrounds money then forces you into this conformity that it's bad to talk about money. And something that I've also noticed is a past pattern of some previous clients of mine is feeling like guilt or shame or judgment for talking about their money on social media. And my opinion of that is you talking about money on social media, one, shows that you're integrated in the operations of cash flow, and two, it's social proof. It's authority. And when you speak about generating cash flow in your business, then people are like, oh, she's actually got something to show for it. Because if not, people are just like, how do I know if I can trust this person? And some people get so weird about it. Some people get so weird about talking about money online. And that is showing me that one, you're unintegrated or you have shame and guilt around cash flow. Two, you probably also are in fear of judgment. And that fear of judgment is always going to cap your next level. It's that fear of judgment is always going to keep you small to some degree. When you can fully just own what you do and own who you are and show up as that, people like, know, and trust you at a deeper level. And talking about money, like this doesn't always just have to be about talking about money or your money wins on social media, but also in general. And this was something that I had to get used to and actually talk about my parents. Like growing up, we didn't talk about money. Like it was a taboo topic. And from that, that program playing out, that unconscious program playing out, forced this relationship around guilt and shame around money. Like it's weird to talk about, oh, you don't ask someone how much money they make. It's like, why fucking not? Why not? If you want to regulate and actually welcome more money into your world, then don't ignore it. Again, money is an energy. The more that you pay attention to it, the more it's going to focus on you. So start talking about money more often. Then this leads perfectly into the next habit, the actual needle movers for you to do on a daily basis is actually ask for sales. And when's the last time you actually asked for a sale? Like genuinely, when is the last time you actually asked for a sale? If you can ask for a sale every single day, I guarantee you'll start making money in your business. Like physically, like mathematically, you have to, because the rule of consistency, right? And the rule of numbers is the more you ask, the more you receive, the more you gain. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So if you can start to ask for a sale every single day, and this can be via your content, this can be via your clients, like the community that you already have built. This can be done via DMs or like low-hanging fruit, like hot leads that have recently come through. Ask for the sale. Even if it is no, still ask for the sale, because what this is doing is regulating your nervous system to ask for money and to receive it, obviously. And two, it is priming you to actually get used to receiving more cash flow and get out of your own way. Because most often or not, people won't ask for a sale because they're in fear of judgment. They're afraid of what people will think of them. The thing is, like, we're all out here trying to make more fucking money, honestly. So what's the worst thing that can happen if they're like, no, or they say yes? This is so funny because the other day my client messaged me. She's like, so I've decided to start taking more messy action and just to ask for the sale. And so she put a story up just asking for a sale and had like 5 people buy her offer. It's like, wow, how simple. I remember there was one time when I signed a one-on-one client, I put up on my story, wow, today's a beautiful day to make a sale. Is that you? And I made a sale that day. Asked for the sales. I was a falling victim to my own fucking bullshit literally the other day. The last week I was just asking, I was lowballing myself. And just asking, like I was putting stories up, selling low ticket offers, made a couple of grand. Sounds great. And then I was like, I'm lowballing myself here. I was like, I need to ask for a bigger sale. So then I did that, made another couple of grand in 24 hours. And I was like, nah, fuck this. I was like, I'm going to ask for an even bigger sale. So then the next day I asked for an even bigger sale. And what happened? I made even more fucking money. So it's like posting and asking for a sale, regulating yourself to just accept and receive cash flow. Because the more that you can do that, the more money you're going to make. And that's actually what's going to move the needle in your business. Like, I don't understand why that's not understood at a greater level. It's so simple. And I feel like even me just saying all of these things on this podcast, I'm like, is this even valuable? Is this even valuable? Because I feel this is so normal for me. And I also trust that you need to hear this as well. There's a gentle fucking reminder. So what I want to anchor into to round this episode up is the best habits, they don't complicate your life. They don't. The best habits don't complicate your life. They actually make it simpler, more disciplined, and more profitable. So if there's a habit in here that you know that you need to start implementing into your life, the best thing that I can do, which I actually learnt this on reading the book Atomic Habits, is how to habit stack. And that was really great for me when I was trying to get back into reading. I hadn't read for a while, and I started just reading 10 pages a day, or I think I did 10 pages or 10 minutes, and I just stacked that onto a habit that I did every single day. And even what is really simple is habit stacking your nervous system reprogramming and regulation. For example, when I was driving here today, when I was in the car, I forgot my phone, so I didn't have any music playing, and I was just going through my affirmations, like reprogramming my subconscious mind, like anchoring in the identity that I'm shifting into. And that's what I actually used to do when I was still nursing, is when I would drive to the hospital in the morning or whenever I was going to shift, I would stack the habit, well, the forced habit of driving to work with doing a gratitude rant or speaking my manifestations and affirmations. So it doesn't have to be this 5-step process you do in the morning to raise your vibration and be in the frequency of your manifestation. Simplify the process. Stack it with things like whatever habit you're trying to introduce into your life to better yourself and to improve yourself and move the needle in your business. Attach it onto something that you always do and is a non-negotiable for you. So for example, driving to work, reprogram your subconscious mind. If you're going for a run in the morning, reprogram your subconscious mind. Move your phone across the room so you can actually get up and get out of bed when you want to rather than pressing snooze. Right? Talking about money when you're having a conversation with someone. How can you bring that topic into your daily conversation? Posting content, asking for the sale. If you're posting content every single day, start asking for the sale while you're posting content. These things are non-negotiables in my world, and they're the simplest things that I've implemented into my life for me to rapidly scale and transition into where I am right now. So it doesn't have to be this long 3-hour journaling process. It doesn't have to be a 2-hour morning routine. Just get up, do the simple things, and get to fucking work and ask for a sale. All right, my queens, I'm going to see you in the next episode of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Again, if you have loved this episode, please follow, please subscribe, please like, please share, because I want to be able to see, because I don't see unless you share it and tag me at the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. And it's also just goes to show if you've actually liked the episode or not, because like I said, there's very minimal feedback except for how many views I get on each episode. So I want to know what has landed for you. Is this stuff valuable? What would you like to talk into? What would you like me to talk more into? I appreciate your support. I appreciate your love, and even just a comment or a like on our Instagram page means so much to me and goes a long fucking way for the growth of this podcast. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next episode of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Bye.